On left right now. Yep, let's go. Oh, thank you for the orbs. That would be on Traveler's side. Alright, Traveler. Has anyone on Traveler's side seen the knight? Traveler's side, do you see a knight in the back? It should be in center back or back right. Because there's no light where I'm at. It should be in the back right or back mid. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and kill him. Alright, I need to go to Greek. Go ahead and open doors. Point, let me know if it's light or dark. Point, what is it? Alright, it is Guardian. Yeah, it's gonna be a wipe. Alright. I'm ready whenever. Traveler's side. Alright, knight's down. It is knowledge. Alright, point. Light of dark. Dark. Alright, Witch Queen. Witch Queen. It'll be left. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. I got worm. This knight. Fuck me! I just sat in the fire! I'll try to finish and press L3 and R3 at the same time. Alright, it's enter. Alright, someone let me know if it's light or dark. Light or dark? Alright, fleet. Love and fleet. Ah, shit. Somebody shoot mid. Shoot the nut. Hey, point, shoot mid for me. Alright, we got love, fleet, earth. Middle storm. Never need to worry about right. Which side? Let's see. I do not. We'll check back here. Alright, he's not in the back, so he must be in the corner. Pyramid Knight. I see him. Alright, let me know what the symbol is. Alright, drink. Somebody shoot middle. Ah, shit. Too much time. Yeah. Yeah, that would be enter. Enter is directly in the middle. And grief is on the far left side underneath that platform. Kill is on the far right side underneath that platform. Alright, Pyramid Knight. Now in the right corner. Is he in the back mid? Yeah, he's in back mid. Alright, that's gonna be commune. Alright, point, light of dark. Alright, it's gonna be fleet. Ah shit, that didn't work. Middle shot. Alright. Now we just need to do the left and mid. Traveler side knight. Does anyone see a knight on the right side? Well, never mind. Alright, that's gonna be stopped. Alright, point. Low dart. Alright, that's gonna be AP. Somebody shoot mid. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. And I honestly fucking forgot. Give me a second. It is AP. Send the plane. That's mid. Don't shoot, don't shoot. When do you have all three sides? That's a wipe. Shot too many times. Yeah, don't shoot unless we verify which side it is. Are you right? I'm talking about a guy who's losing it right now. Are you losing it right now? Alright, hopefully we can get that right done. Give me that glimmer. Alright, pyramid. Down right side. That's gonna be center. It's gonna be a give. There's a knight on the far mid. Point, light of dark. Dark. Oh yeah, I forgot I don't have any clutch station. Give me my health back, bitch. It is Black Heart. Black Heart. Somebody shoot the metal. Somebody shoot mid. Shoot mid. There we go. So we got what? There we go. Was that center or was that right? Alright. So it'll be right and left, left. Traveler side. Kill. Alright, point, light or dark? Alright. Alright, Guardian. Somebody shoot mid. Oh, that was light. I need to go back in. I heard too dark, so I shot dark instead. So Guardian, I need somebody to shoot in the middle. Guardian is not it. I heard 3 fucking dark, so that's what I got it at. Alright, Black Heart is the correct one. Black Heart is the correct one. Don't shoot yet. So that means right, light. Right side's left. Let's go. Yeah, because I heard 3 darks. Yeah. Pyramid. The center. I'd be back right. Alright, that's the witness. Somebody shoot mid. Shoot the nut. Alright, point. Light or dark point? Dark. Alright, that's gonna be tower. It's only left side. Well, right side, right side. Because that's the only side left. I got tower. And that's on. And someone leaves. What the fuck was that? Why would you leave him mid-raid for? Well, he looked at me, so I decided to punch him. Prospector to top of all GLs right now. Yep. John Hilberter is the 4th strongest. It's shit. That's why I don't understand why Bungie made Invasive Arsenal. It's literally the exact same as Invasive Assassin. Only difference is 1, you damage, 2, the other one's kill. So either way, you're doing the exact same thing, because 1, to get a kill, you're doing damage. So it's the exact same fucking perk. It just... Chilled Hilberter is not that good as you think it is. And fuck the YouTubers that says that it's good, because I have damage tested it. It's the 4th strongest GL. Prospector, Colony, and Transit, and then Chilled Hilberter. That's the order of GLs. YouTubers clearly don't know how to fucking actually damage test. Because doing on a low boss health is not damage testing. Because you're not going to go to Grass of Everest and farm the fucking ogre. You're going to do raids, you're going to do Grand Masters, you're going to do master content. It's just stupid that people test on Templar and fucking Ogre and Grass of Everest when it's not even accessible to health. If it's not above 12 million, it's not even worth testing damage. Prospector, you want no Callus for. The Callus increases the blast radius, which you don't want on GLs. The lower the blast radius, the stronger it is. Blast radius is usually for Atclair. For GLs. And another person leaves. Do we have the 6 that's in the fireteam finder? Don't summon, just invite. If you summon, there's a 50-50 chance that's gonna bug the mic. Yeah. Yeah, most of these don't understand if you summon while in a raid, it can bug all audio. That's why it's always best to invite. It keeps the chance of bugging the audio low. And he leaves. Typical. This is the typical LFG experience. Well, I want to do a calculation. Yep. Oh, and by the way, this is how much damage Prospector does in a single clip. That's what makes Prospector the god roll. It's 10,000 per cluster bombs, 6 cluster bombs, 90 per shot. Well, 40. Is it? Yeah. So that's total damage is 90,000, 40 and 50. And that's 540 in a single clip. That's without lost signal buff. Now if it's lost signal buff, that's how much lost signals buff with 6 shots. It's roughly 60,000. This is how many shots Silver has to get to 700,000. Which I'm already at 1,000,000 before you even reload. If you use arc reserves, it is 37 total shots. And it does about roughly 500,000 in a single clip. So if you reload, so here it is, let's see if I can do this correctly. You get 6 reloads. and no lost signal. Now, let's go calculate with abilities. So that's roughly that's with Thunder Crash. Now let's calculate with stasis, which does about roughly one single stasis grenade. Now calculate that by Caretaker's health. That's your Caretaker's damage. If I did 8 Traxes, that's your 8 Traxes damage. That shows you that Prospector is stronger. Show Inhibitor is weaker than End Transit. End Transit is about the 3rd strongest. Colony is stronger. With Colony is 31 magazine, which is roughly 78,000 times 31. $78,000 times 31. That's no abilities. That's the combination with Lost Signal and Thunder Crash. Combination of Stasis Grenade. And let's add that to Caretaker's health. Caretaker's health. Let's go ahead and calculate End Transit, which is roughly 80,000. 29. And this switch is without Bane switch. Without Bane switch. With Thunder Crash. With Lost Signal. Caretaker's health 7.8 million. I literally just showed you that in 10 minutes versus a full 20 minutes of YouTubers explaining shit. Those are the numbers I get every single time I do Caretaker. Shield Inhibitor is the 4th strongest. I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm not dealing with LG right now. Because they're just going to continuously leave. Yeah, but we're not going to get a team that's not going to leave anytime soon. Especially the fact that everyone's farming for Iron Banner. It took me 2 hours to even find this team. So it's best for us to just find a different team and see if we can have the luck to actually do this fucking raid. But I'll see you later, man. Huh? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that is the order of the GL scout rolls in the damage type. Because YouTubers damage test on the Ogre and Grass of Avarice in Templar and Vault which is not significantly damage type. Because the bosses needs at least 10 to 12 million damage for it to actually count as a damage test. But right now, Colony and Prospector is fighting for the top. But I will see you later, Point. All right. What time is it? I'm gonna try to find a different team that's not gonna leave in mid raid. And for those who are using geos, the god tier for that is Prospector. Chosen Hilbert is shit compared to it. It's the 4th strongest geo. Prospector, Colony, and Transit, Chosen Hilbert. That's the order of damage. And Bungie, I hope you're watching this, because you're an idiot. If you add Invasive Assassin with Invasive Arsenal, it's the exact same. Because to get a kill, you have to do damage. Arsenal, you have to cause damage to get the ammo. So it's literally the exact same perk. One's killing damage, one's doing damage, one's killing enemies. It's literally the exact same fucking perk. So why would you name a perk that's the exact same fucking thing when to get a kill for Invasive Assassin, you must do damage? To get ammo for Invasive Arsenal, you must do damage. It's the exact same thing. Because you're causing damage no matter what. So it's literally the exact same perk. One, you don't have to kill the enemy. The other one, you do have to kill the enemy. It's the exact same fucking perk. And Chosen Inhibitor is useless. I have tested the Invasive Arsenal with Bait and Switch. You get a maximum of roughly 13 shots. And on Caretaker, it's roughly about 2.9 to 3.2 without abilities. Prospector did 7.8. This is on 3 floors. 7.8 with no abilities, no supers. Colony did 6.5, no abilities, no supers. And Transit did 5.8, no abilities, no supers. So Inhabitor did 2.9, 3.2. That shows you how low Chosen Inhabitor's damage is without abilities. And that's without lost signal buff either. So that literally just shows how much YouTubers are wrong. They said this is a 5 out of 5 GL. Really, it's actually a 1 point. It's actually 1 out of 5. You have better chance of doing more damage with Chill Clip and Bane Switch. And that's kind of sad. You have more capability of doing more damage with Chill Clip and Bane Switch. Just like they say, loose change and air trigger is the god roll for the sidearm. No, it's not. It's deconstruct and Chill Clip. This is literally the god roll for it. So your favorite YouTubers are wrong. So you learned it here. Prospector, Colony, and Transit, then Show Inhibitor. That's the order of GLs. And that's without abilities, supers, or debuff from Lost Signal. That's strictly only weapon damage itself. That's why I'm able to do 9.5, 9.9, 10 million on 8 tracks. It's not because of Thunder Crash. It's because of Prospector. It's roughly about 6 to 7 million damage with Prospector only, and roughly 1.5 to 2.5 with Thunder Crash. And that's with one Thunder Crash per round. So this whole bullshit of anarchy damage for 8 tracks, no. You're lowering your actual damage. 8 tracks, well, not 8 tracks, but anarchy. So let me go ahead and describe to you what anarchy actually does. So you have a better understanding why I say it's not true. Where are you, anarchy? Anarchy. No perks to help damage, just moving target. Grenade sticks to surfaces, arc, bolts, other mines. So it's a chain reaction grenade launcher. So when you shoot an anarchy, it jolts any enemies that attach to it or are getting hit around it. But as of right now, this is a lost signal. This is basically lost signal. It's a tick damage weapon. Not a fucking instant damage, not a fucking chucking damage, not a fucking burst damage. It's none of that. It's only a tick damage. Which, if you know what tick damage does, it only ticks damage over time. And it gives you the ability to get your supers back. That's why you're able to get your Thunder Crash easily. Use Lost Signal and Anarchy. It is not a damage weapon. Your actual Thunder Crash itself is what making you do damage. Your super itself is your damage type with this weapon. This weapon is strictly a super gain weapon. Just like Lost Signal is. Lost Signal is not a damage weapon. It's a tick damage. And that's why I say, with a commenter on my YouTube channel a couple of days ago, he decided to sit there and say, oh, the only way you're doing so much damage on 8 tracks is because your people are so fucking stupid that they're not doing anything or they're not pulling their weight. Like, number one, it doesn't matter what the fuck you use, as long as it's damageable. Number two, Prospector is not a ticking damage, nor it is a thunder crash. How can you say it? It does more damage than thunder crash does. So let's say you done 1.5 as thunder crash, and you're not able to get thunder crash throughout the entire damage phase, so you use lost signal with prospector, and you killed 8 tracks. Your damage is 8.5, and 2 damage phase, 2 thunder crashes. Rest is prospector damage. So that means, in retrospect, prospector is your damage weapon, which is giving you more damage than your thunder crash. That's why you're able to get your more damage back. That's why you're able to get your super back. Because the cluster bombs with the damage, and you just keep shooting, reload. That is stacking your super gain. Just like Anarchy does. But Prospector is a damage weapon. So you're stacking up damage while your super is gaining super energy. Which, if you did 9.5 on 8 tracks, and you're only able to do 2 thunder crashes, that's only 3 million of thunder crash. So that's 6 million prospector. 3 million thunder crash, 6 million prospector. And 2 damage phase. And no, Grand Overture is not a weapon you want to use. You have to be up close and personal with Atrax, at least 20 feet away. If you're not 20 feet away, the volleys will miss. Just like if you shot volleys at fucking Witness, the volleys will miss. Just like if you shot Royal Cliff Coil at Witness, it would miss. The distance calculated by actual distance in recoil, you're missing half your shots than what you can actually do with. And it shoots slower. I can finish a full clip of Prospector before you shoot 3 shots. So you stacking up that times 20 when I'm already at 4 million damage before you even activate volley. And I already showed you what the calculation of Caretaker damage to Prospector. It chunks his fucking health. That's why I have to ease how much I shoot if I go over the threshold. On the first plate. That's why I tend to shoot all 6 clips, reload, and then shoot extra 3 just in case, and then switch to primary immediately, or skip the plate if it's too low. And then full on damage on the final plate, and that's why it's usually at the K in Caretaker. So that's why it's not a reliable when you're watching your favorite YouTubers, because they don't physically test weapons. They test on low health bosses, which is not going to give you the actual results of the weapon. So if you, I'm going ahead and calculate this. So I did 7.8 in 3 floors. We wiped on the 3rd floor purposely. So 7.8 million divided by 3. That's how much on per floor with just Prospector. Now, if I want to calculate Thunder Crash, it would be additionally 1.8 million. Well, shit. That's with 2 floors. First floor, you'd be about roughly 100, about 1.5 for the first floor, and you won't gain your super back until third floor. So if you calculate it correctly, so let's say you're a runner, you're not going to gain your super back quickly. So let's say you are in that clear and you got your Thunder Crash. Third floor, you're not going to be able to use Thunder Crash, so you're not able to do it twice, first floor and second floor. Because third floor, your distance between you and Caretaker is longer. So if you calculate that, you're only doing additionally 1 million damage extra. So that'd be 5.4 per floor. So your roughly damage would be roughly 9.5 and 10.2, roughly. And that's with Thunder Crash, Prospector, and Lost Signal. And going all out damage on the final plate. And depending how many shots you get on the final plate will determine what your damage would be. If you end up emptying 3 clips of Prospector, then this would be your damage per floor. 1.4 per million. Well, per floor. So it would be 8.8 by the time you get to the second floor. And we already did a live stream video of Prospector, Lost Signal, no abilities. That's my 7.8. So if you calculate Thunder Crash with it, my actual damage would be 9.8 by third floor. Caretaker has total of 32 million. He is now the second highest compared to War Priest. And since War Priest doesn't have a damage buff like Caretaker does, your roughly damage on War Priest is going to be roughly about 7.8 to 7.9. And that's without Thunder Crash. That's with using Arcane Needle, Necrotic Grips, and the Needle Storm from Warlocks with Prismatic. That will be your damage for it. But on a Titan with War Priest, you can't use Thunder Crash unless War Priest is on your ass, which is 10 feet away due to the fact that the barrier, as soon as you exit out of it, no damage is taken. So you have to be in the circle to Thunder Crash. And half the time, OFG is not going to move forward for you to use Thunder Crash. So it's unreliable super in War Priest. Versus Caretaker, which you have a 2 to 3 second time window to Thunder Crash after you leave the plate. So you only have 2 to 3 seconds to do damage before it becomes immune. So that's why Prospector with Thunder Crash is the god tier role for damage, besides War Priest. You can Thunder Crash on Orcs. Thunder Crash's hands. My roughly damage is roughly about 6.8, out damaging Whisper. So it's the fact a Prospector, a GL, outdamaged Whisper. That shows you how strong it is than Chill Inhibitor. Shows you how strong it is compared to End's Transit. Because you're not going to outdamage Whisper with those 2 weapons. You can't use Colony because he's a air type boss. He's not touching the ground. He's never touching ground. The only time he touches the ground is when he slams his hand on the ground. But he lifts it back up, so his hand does not stay. His hand stays on a grip of the sides. That's it. Which is roughly 5 feet off the ground. From his hand point, from his nails, touching the ground. That's 5 feet. And Colony is not going to do any effect on that. Because it's going to go right, it's going to go left, it's going to go right, it's going left, and explode by itself. It's not going to go towards the boss. That's why Prospector is your main damage. That's why Prospector is the top damage. Just like in Taniks, I can't use Prospector because he's an air type boss. He's not touching the ground. If the boss is touching the ground, you can use Prospector. Like, for example, there's only 2 raids that are air type bosses. That's Keen's Fall and that's Deepstone. And if you technically count Stupid Ass Garden Salvation, that'll be 3 out of 9. So 6 raid bosses that you're able to use Prospector and completely outshadow everything. The other 3 will be insignificant because the cluster bombs will not be able to hit it. It bounces. It's not going to be able to hit it directly. So it's only going to do half of the damage as it would do. It's about roughly 90,000 to 120,000 per single shot with the shot of the Prospector and cluster bombs. Because cluster bombs, that's roughly 10,000, 15,000. And if you're stacking that damage up, that's why you're able to outdamage Show Inhibitor. I have a live stream yesterday going up against Rock. He's a Titan, I'm a Titan. Thunder Crash, Thunder Crash. He was using Show Inhibitor bait and switch with Invasive Arsenal. He had 3.4, I had 5.5. That shows you how much damage the cluster bombs with Prospector does. And that's plusing the debuff of Lost Signal. Since it's a stasis Lost Signal, it's going to give you a stronger debuff versus Wither Horde, versus the Void grenade launcher that you get from Vesper's Host. This is a stasis season. But since Chill Inhibitor is weaker, due to the fact it doesn't have anything that's tick damage worthy. And since it's not doing tick damage, it's not gating the stasis debuff. You're gating the heavy debuff, which doesn't really weaken the boss that much. I think it's like a 5% weaken versus 15 to 10% weaken on Lost Signal. And versus Prospector damage, it's not reliable. It's not able to catch up to the damage of what Prospector can do. You got to remember, Prospector is a 45% buff to the buff it already received 3 years ago during Witch Queen. So that's a total of 65% damage bonus. And plus, since it's not a sticky grenade launch anymore, it's a cluster bomb. Like Galahorn. All those ones that has cluster bombs on it. It's like that. But since it's a grenade launcher, it significantly get another 20% increase because they increase all GLs by 20%. So you're stacking up that DPS with those buffs that Bungie had buffed. And that's why the other GLs cannot keep up. 6 raids. And pretty much every single dungeon Prospector can be used in outshadow every damage when it comes to GL damage. That's why it's not reliable to use when the boss is not touching the ground. But it becomes the world's greatest weapon if the boss is touching the ground. That's why it gives it significantly a massive fucking outshadow compared to other weapons when a boss is on the ground. Like Atheon, I can keep up with Verities. I did 3.5 where Verities did 4.4. I kept up with them with just using Prospector and Thundercrash. The fact that I was able to use those two things and keep up with Verities shows how strong Prospector is. You don't need Bane Switch because Bane Switch got nerfed. It's not reliable anymore. It got nerfed for both GLs and rockets. That's why when people tell you to farm the one from Ghost of the Deep rocket, they tell you to get bipod and reconstruction. Because it's stronger than Bane Switch. Why do you think I keep my Apex Predator at bipod reconstruction? The only boss this is not effective is on Witness. Due to the fact that he is further away, which is preventing me to do damage with other weapons as well. I can't use the fusion because he's too far away. I can't really use anything else besides a sniper. So, delete your chill inhibitors because it's not effective. This is one of the worst GLs that Bungie has sent us. You want to know something funny? This GL is stronger. And it doesn't even have Bane Switch on it. This GL is stronger than Chill Inhibitor. It's compared to other GLs, Chill Inhibitor is one of the most shittiest GLs. You know what else is funny? I did it just to see what happens. I used the green grenade launcher. I outdamaged by 1.5 on Caretaker. And it only has 3 magazine. And I outdamaged it. A 3 fucking magazine outdamaged a 13 magazine Chill Inhibitor Bane Switch on Caretaker. That just shows how weak Chill Inhibitor is. And that 5 out of 5 guy roll is technically 1 out of 5. It's not a good damage GL. It's one of the weakest. And you know what's funny? It's weaker than Anarchy. And that's saying something. This is not even a damage type GL, and it's weaker than it. This is literally a shot and wait type grenade launcher. It's more sad that this and this can outdamage that GL. That's honestly fucking sad. A green Red War grenade launcher can outdamage a legendary grenade launcher that's just been released this episode. That just shows how much of a shitty weapon it is. The fact that it got outshadowed by a green grenade launcher. A green grenade launcher. How do you fuck that up, Bungie? How do you fuck it up to the point that a green GL can outdamage a legendary weapon? How do you fuck that up? That just shows you how shitty of a weapon it is. But I think I'm done talking. Make it your baby. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. I hope this helps you guys get higher damage.